بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. ربنا زدنا علما. اللهم إنا نسألك الإخلاص والقبول وأن تنفعنا اللهم بما نقول. اللهم أمين وبعد. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this course, Tajweed 101 course. Simple step-by-step Tajweed course that enables you inshallah to read Al-Quran properly. My name is Maghfira and you are watching Maghfira Education, the place to learn and know and understand how to read Al-Quran properly and understand its meaning. And today inshallah we are going to continue in this course on lesson 9, and in this lesson we are going to know what is the main mistakes that may happen on letter Hamza and letter Ha. So let's start. Mistakes that may happen to letter Hamza. The first thing may happen to letter Hamza and so clear, something called al-qalqala. Okay, al-qalqala, or vibrating the letter, especially at the end when I read Hamza Sakina, when I read Hamza Sukun, the sound of a Hamza should be cut without vibration, without repeating the sound again on the articulation point. Like for example the word as-sama, or the letter should be finished at the end of the sound. And the mistake that may happen is like this: as-sama. Ma. You see, after closing the two vocal cords, you open it again, so the sound which is produced is like the qalqala sound, and this is from the mistakes that should be skipped and should be take care about. You have to take care about this. Number 2 from the mistakes that may happen to the letter Hamza is dropping or easiness. What is easiness, or what is to make something easy? It is to read the Hamza without closing the two articulation point completely as it should be. So the sound that produced due to that or because of that is an easy sound. And this has happened because improper closing of the makhraj, or of the articulation point, without filling the makharij, or by pronouncing Hamza with easiness, especially in the case of when we have two Hamza after each other, like أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ. Here we have to read the first should be clear, as well as the second أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ. Okay, and we have to say something very important here, that we have only one easiness on Hafs, which is أعجمي وعربي. The word أعجمي it is only for Hafs on this word, and this is when we have two Hamza after each other. I have to read the two Hamza so clear. The mistake that may happen here is أنذرتهم. If you focus, you will find that the second Hamza, the two vocal cords are enclosed completely, and this is from the mistakes. So we have to cut the sound completely for the first then cut it again on the second So أنذرتهم, like this. So this is the second mistake that we should take care about. That. Number 3, tafkhim. What is tafkhim? It is to make the sound heavy, to make the sound of this letter heavy. Why that may be done? By elevating the posterior part of the tongue up. So if I say and I elevate the posterior part of the tongue, the sound will be and this is tafkhim. This is the mistake that may happen. Okay, the tafkhim, or raising the back part of the tongue and produces an echo sound, this mistake could happen especially when Hamza letter coming after a heavy letter. Okay, so if we have, for example, al-lamu, here is from the heavy letters, and heavy letters automatically you will find yourself elevate the posterior part of the tongue up, and from the mistakes you read this Hamza instead of a. And if you focus on the sound between the sound of both, the first one, which is o, which is the wrong, the posterior part of the tongue is elevated. O. Okay, so what we need to do is let the tongue completely sitting down to the lower jaw. Then read the vo. Elv, 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 like this. Okay, and it is not olv, olv. It is not olv. It is elv, elv, lamu. And this mistake especially be so close when the hamza coming after a heavy letter. Okay, so this mistake should be as well skipped and should be ignored. Okay, we have to take care about this mistake. And number 3 is mixing the hamza sound with the other letter sound, especially the throat letters. We already started with the hamza and ha, and the next two letters articulated from the throat are the ain and ha, and that's why, because they are produced from the same organ, which is the throat, sometimes the hamza sound comes so close to one of these articulations, some of these letters that articulated from the throat sound, from the throat organ, which is ain or ha even. Take care that ain and ha are near in the makhraj. So we have to read each letter in articulation points. Like for example, if we have a'u, a'u, a is so close to ain, and from the mistakes that may happen here is the hamza here coming so close to the ain, or so weak. Or even the reverse, the ain is become so close to the hamza. Anyway, so hamza, when it comes after any of the throat letters, in this case, it may mix with the sound of them. So we have to make sure that the hamza sound, we cut the two vocal cords, we cut the sound, then open it again, or two, then the sound is released again. So a'u, a'u, like this. The second mistake that may happen is the ghunna, adding a ghunna to the a sound. Like for example, anna, when a hamza, you will find that the sound is allowed, or the sound and air is allowed to pass through the nasal passage. Through the nasal passage, and this is from the mistakes, because the hamza sound is only from the deepest part of the throat, and the sound completely going from the throat outside. So not it is not okay. The second is sound is produced from the nose, and this is from the mistake. So and not like this. And these are the most common mistakes that may happen to the hamza letter. Okay, so let's stop here on this video, and inshallah the next video I'm going to talk about the mistakes that may happen on the ha letter. But I prefer to separate these two videos because these video may be longer than the needed amount. So let's stop here today. Inshallah the next lesson or the next video we are going to continue. Jazakumullahu khairan for your watching. Catch you on the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.